but it does nothing. Just a meteor beam. This should just clearly just one-shot the Incineroar. Bye, get it out of here. That's a huge threat out of the way, mainly for the Scarlet, because I can't really touch that mon with the Scarlet. So having that away is really good. He does have Draining Kiss. It's so weak though, even at like +1. It doesn't really do that much, so whatever. What is up everybody? Regulation G VGC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is back. And we're actually going back into the single restricted format. So at least with December 1st, it's not officially on the in-game ranks ladder. We have another month of Regulation H on the in-game ladder, but for Regulation G, usually about a month in advance, people like to start working on their Regulation G teams and testing their teams, usually a month or so before the format does go live in-game. So that's kind of what we're going to be kind of featuring today, is one of my Regulation G teams. This is a team I featured for you guys before. I never actually ended up getting rid of this rental code, and I just kept this team together because I knew Regulation G was probably going to come back at some point, and it ended up coming back, so I never got rid of this team. This is the same rental code as I featured before. I will leave a link to the first video that I actually featured this team in, pretty much, or made the video with, or like a session with this team at the end of the video if you guys want to go check it out. I'd also break this team way more in-depth down in that video. This team does have results. I think this team, was like top 500 at the time for when Regulation G was first, on like the first iteration was first in the game about a year ago now. So we're going to be going back to Regulation G officially here in January. I think it's January 5th. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure on the exact day, but I know it's going to be in January. And this is actually a really good team to get you guys up to Master Ball tier in-game. And if you guys want to use this team on Showdown, I'll leave a link to this down below. This team also will do really well on Showdown, especially at the start of Regulation G, when people are going to be probably getting back into the format. And a lot of people that were taking a break from Regulation H that don't really care for Regulation H and prefer to just play the formats with a lot of the legendaries are also going to be coming back. So you're going to have a lot of those people in the format as well that are kind of looking for teams. And if you guys want a really solid team, I think this is a really, really good team to use, especially on Showdown for grinding. And for in-game, when this team does, or like when ranked does drop in-game here again in January for the Regulation G ranked grind, it's going to probably be able to get you up really high in the ranks really, really easily. So I'm going to kind of go through this team and kind of break it down overall, just kind of a simple breakdown. Like I said, if you guys want like an in-depth breakdown, like a full explanation of this team, check out the first original video that I did showcase this team when I originally made it. I'll leave a link to that at the end of the video if you guys want to go check it out. But this is a team I originally made around TERAPAGOS and ended up doing really well for me. Like I said, I forgot the exact achievements I have for this team. I think it was top 500 on the in-game ranked ladder. I'm not sure exactly what number it was. It's been a while ago. There was a few other things too. I think it was really high on the Showdown ladder. I forgot where it was. It's been so long I forgot what this team actually did. You'd have to go check that video out. I haven't done that myself in a while, so I might add it to the description down below after this video, because I might go check the video out myself just to update myself. But pretty much around TERAPAGOS, a bunch of other really cool stuff. You have these swagger shenanigans on this team too, which is really cool. You got Tailwind, a bunch of other really cool stuff. So the main thing on this team is the TERAPAGOS. Is actually a really fast TERAPAGOS with the Power Herb Meteor Beam. Pretty much what you want to do is you have the ability to also get rid of terrain and weather upon going Terra, which is really cool too, so you can get rid of those type of effects. You have the Terra Shell, which you can actually eat a hit with before you actually go Terra too, with the baby TERAPAGOS, which is also kind of cool. You can kind of use that in certain situations. Just pretty much what you're going to want to be doing most of the time, just going for Meteor Beam, getting the +1 boost, and then spamming Terra's Starstorm for shit tons of damage. Really good late game cleaner, like a really good opener to kind of just put a huge dent in your opponent's team. That's kind of what it really does. You got the Tornadus on the team with the Covert Cloak, Terra Steel, just mainly there for Tailwind. And then you have the Bleak Windstorm spam, along with the Taunt as well for opposing Trick Room or stuff that wants to really set up on you, which is really common. Or opposing Prankster Mons that aren't Dark types, which are also kind of common. Mainly Whimsicott, which you'll probably be seeing a decent amount. Apart from that, just more of a straightforward mod. You're going to be pairing the Tornadus alongside either the Scarlet or the Tinkaton most of the time. The Tinkaton can get a free +2 attack boost right away with Swagger, because with Own Tempo you cannot get confused. So you pretty much get a free +2 boost with the Tinkaton on turn 1. You also have a Fake out there, so you can kind of play it to where you can set up Tailwind or just do some chip damage or whatever you really need on the first turn as well, which is really nice. A +2 Play Rough and a Gigaton Hammer hurt really bad to a lot of stuff. So you can also even stack that even more to even like +4 if you really need to sometimes. Alongside the Tornadoes, which is also doing chip damage, which is really nice. So really cool pairing. And you also have a pairing alongside the Scarlet. You can actually give the Scarlet a +2 attack boost. With the Lumberry, it'll cure the confusion and actually give you just the free flat out +2 boost. Under Tailwind's actually kind of a threat. So really cool there. You have two kind of ways to pair alongside the Tornadoes if you really want to there. And they also pair out really well alongside everything else on this team. Got the Stonejourner with the Power Spot, which also boosts, pretty much like a Life Orb boost to anything that's paired alongside this thing. It's mainly on this team for the Wide Guard. That's all it's really there for. If you know you're going to be going against spread moves, mainly stuff like Groudon, Kyogre, Calyrex, etc., you're going to be bringing the Stonejourner most of the time. It's mainly just there for that, and then you have the Terra Flying there for your ground type moves. You do get the power boost, so whatever's alongside this thing will get a bit of like a Life Orb power boost, whatever it has. So that's kind of cool. But mainly it's going to be sitting there spamming Wide Guard. It's kind of what its role is on this team. And then you have the Choice Scarf Chi-Yu, which is really cool as well. You can pair it alongside the Stonejourner with the Wide Guard, so you can just spam Lava Plume if you really want to. You got a really fast Dark Pulse to catch people off guard. And my favorite pairing is usually alongside the Scarlet. If they're going against more of a slower team, you can actually spam really fast Lava Plume, actually buff your Scarlet with Flash Fire, and just kind of fire spam your way to victory in that kind of sense, just because you're getting constant boost with Flash Fire, and then you have the chance to burn on top of it with Lava Plume. So really cool in that way. Apart from that though, you also have the Flamethrower there, so you can pair it alongside like the TERAPAGOS or even the Tornadus or whatever you really want to pair it with on this team as well, with the single target damage and then the Heat Wave. So kind of a more of a straightforward team, but there is some really cool stuff here, and I think overall is a really cool team. It's probably my best original Regulation G team that I actually did create for like the first iteration of Regulation G about a year ago now. So let's showcase this team a little bit more and see how it does, and I'll hop in some games. We hear the game. We're going against an opposing Regulation G team. Kyogre, Gardevoir, Haxorus, Pikachu. Really weird. I guess it makes sense for Miraidon, though. It's actually a soft check to Miraidon, funny enough. Glamora and Lucario. So my opponent's team is actually pretty slow, so that kind of makes me wonder if the Kyogre is Choice Scarfed. So I kind of want to lead Stonejourner here. Stonejourner looks really nice. I kind of just want to lead Stonejourner and TERAPAGOS. That way I can get rid of the weather upon going Terra. Should be really nice here, and I can also just land like a really solid Meteor Beam turn 1 on most things on my opponent's team. I think that's what I go with here. What else do I'm going to bring here? I kind of like the Tinkaton here. The Tinkaton actually looks really nice. I think I'm going to bring the Tornadus in the back. I think that's what I do here. That way, like, late game, I can kind of clean up the match with, like, Swagger, Tinkaton, and a few other things. If you guys like the videos, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. Like 90% of you guys that watch these videos are not subscribed, so I don't know what you guys are waiting for, but subscribe down below. It really helps out the channel and really helps you out knowing when I go live and when I do upload over here. He actually doesn't even lead Kyogre, okay. I mean, I'm fine with this. I don't really care. Lucario is a little bit scary, but I don't know what you really do to one-shot me here. I could just Rock Slide here too, actually, but like I think both of my things here are actually weak to fighting, which kind of sucks. Oof, I don't know. If he's gonna have a Kyogre in the back, it could be an issue. I'm gonna Heavy Slam here, the Gardevoir. I have Earth Power too. I just don't really know if I want to go Terra on this turn or if I just want to switch. I think I'm just going to switch out into the Tornadus here. I don't want to waste my Terra. I want to save my Terra to where he sends out the Kyogre and I can just get rid of his Rain. Ario, funny enough, is actually pretty good into my team, because I don't have Shichiyu on this match. There's the Bullet Punch, so that wouldn't have did much anyways. So whatever. He has Energy Ball. I'm Sash, though, so I should live. Doesn't even bring me to Sash. Heavy Slam should one-shot. Goodbye, get out of here. Huge KO. I mean, he does have Bullet Punch here, but I don't know if Bullet Punch, with how high of a defense stat I have, is going to kill the Stonejourner from this range. Depends on what he's running. This goes into the Haxorus, okay. I'm just gonna Rock Slide here. I just Rock Slide, and I kind of just want to go for Bleakwind Storm here, actually. Because I outspeed both these mons, unless he's Choice Scarf Haxorus, which I don't think he would be. If there was a Scarf on his team, I think it'd be probably the Kyogre. So I just Bleakwind Storm here, just for some chip. That almost just one-shots the Lucario. That's crazy. I get the speed drop too. That's great. I live on 1 HP and I live the break. Can I just KO him? Can I get a flinch? Oh, I don't. He just double targets down the Stonejourner, though. That's fine. That's completely fine. Look, the clutch Stonejourner there, living on 1 HP. What a baller. I actually am just going to go into the Tinkaton now. I think the Tinkaton here can kind of close out the game for me. Let's go for the Fake Out here and then Bleakwind Storm. I don't have Wide Guard anymore, but I think at this point in the match I have enough to really deal with the Kyogre by itself. So I'm not really too worried. Even if he's if he's Choice Scarf, I have Tailwind, so I can throw that up and kind of negate his Scarf. He's taking a long time to decide. It can't be that difficult to decide, but Fake Out gets rid of the Haxorus. Nice. Like, I like my opponent's team. He has the Fairy Dragon Steel of like the Lucario, the Haxorus, and the Gardevoir, but like if he's running in Regulation G, I just think all those mons are just power crept. Haxorus maybe not as much because it has such a good attack stat, but even then it's still kind of slow in this format and a little bit too frail. You really got to build a team around if you want it to work. But like Gardevoir and Lucario is way better in Regulation H than Regulation G, and he does have the Kyogre, so what I do here is I just go for Play Rough, and then I'm going to Tailwind here in case he's Choice Scarfed. Well, that tells me he might be Choice Scarfed. Might actually be Scarfed. We're gonna find out right here if he's Scarfed, because if he's Scarfed, he'll still maybe outspeed me. That doesn't do nearly enough damage, though. I think he is Scarfed, but with Tailwind, I'm able to outspeed him. I'm dead. Yeah, I actually barely live. Holy shit. Kind of wanted to say, like, I wanted to keep the Tornadus at least around as long as possible so I can go for Tailwind, because I kind of figured he was Choice Scarf Kyogre, just looking at his team. I think that's probably what he is. I just outspeed him because of the Tailwind. I'm going to play rough here again. And then I'm going to go Terra to get rid of his rain, and I'm going to go for Terra Starstorm here. I think from this range, as long as I land the play rough, I should get the KO here. I don't know if the Terra Starstorm will kill him up by itself, but we'll find out here. I'm fully offensive TERAPAGOS too, so a lot of the more common sets are more bulky, like setup oriented, with like Calm Mind or like with support from teammates. So a lot of them don't really do as much initial damage. This one's like fully offensive, so it does a lot more than people expect. You're dead, bud. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. I think there would have been a lot better of a match for my opponent if he led the Kyogre, because I did not have the Tornadus there, but I guess I also have Wide Guard too, so... I don't know. He also had the Lucario there, so Lucario could have dealt with the Stonjourner by itself. So I think my opponent just had kind of a bad lead. If he would have led like Lucario, Kyogre, I think he would have had a better matchup into me. Because I would have been forced to go for like Wide Guard there. I don't know if I would have went for like Meteor Beam turn 1 or if I would have went Terra there on the first turn. So not bad. Huge win. I'll see you guys in another match. Alright, we're here with the game. My opponent's running a copy-paste Regulation G team. Calyrex Ghost, Incineroar or Shifu Water, I'm assuming. Raging Bolt, Clefairy, and the Rillaboom. So, for sure bringing Stonjourner here, for sure. It just kind of sucks because he has a lot of checks to Stonjourner, like being the Urshifu and the Rillaboom especially. I also have Scarf Chi-Yu too, which catches a lot of the Calyrex off guard, so that's also kind of something I can maybe try to use. I think what I do here is I lead Tornadus. I don't know if I really even need like the Wide Guard here. I think I can maybe try to play around Wide Guard with Tailwind maybe, because he has no speed control on his team that I know of. I think I lead Tornadus here. I'm going to lead with the Terapagos. I'm going to bring the Scarlet and then the Chi-Yu in the back as like a cleanup to this game. I think that's how I'm going to play this. Because Terapagos also is pretty good into my opponent's team, but like the main thing he has for it is their Urshifu. So as long as I can get Tailwind up, I can get a shit ton of damage onto both of his Mons, hopefully. This ain't bad because I do have the Covert Cloak here, so I just kind of protect the Terapagos here. I'm not going to Terra turn 1. I can just protect. Intimidate, that doesn't matter. Worst case scenario is if he's like Calm Mind or like Nasty Plot. Calyrex here. I just Tailwind. Tailwind here, and then I protect. I also have Meteor Beam for the Incineroar too, which he might not even expect. So I can just get rid of this thing on turn 1. Kind of another cool thing about the Meteor Beam set too is it's a really good Incineroar, which is also a lot more common. As well as like a few of the other restricted too. A lot of them like to go Terra Fire, so you can hit him with that. He is Calm Mind, so that's an issue. I do have Taunt though, so Taunt can maybe help me, but what I really want to do is, I think he's Focus Sash Calyrex, so that's why I kind of just want to go for Bleak Wind Storm here to break a Sash. That's what I really want to do. He doesn't know I have Scarf Chi-Yu in the back too, so as long as I break Sash, it should be pretty good. I'm going to go Terra here, and I'm going to go for Meteor Beam. I don't know what he really has to hit me apart from like Astral Barrage, which he ain't gonna touch me with. And like, I don't think he's gonna waste a Terra on the Calyrex. He's gonna stay in perfect. Does he Terra the Incineroar here though? Because I can see him going like Terra on the Incineroar. But like if he goes Terra Grass, then he gets hit by Bleak Wind Storm, so it's kind of depending what Terra he is. Okay. are you, bud? Fairy? He is Terra Fairy, okay. Does he have Terra Blast or does he have Draining Kiss though? Just a Bleak Wind Storm. That breaks his sash, but it does nothing. Just a Meteor Beam. This should just clearly just one-shot the Incineroar. Bye, get it out of here. That's a huge threat out of the way, mainly for the Scarlet, because I can't really touch that mon with the Scarlet. So having that away is really good. He does have Draining Kiss. It's so weak though, even at like +1. It doesn't really do that much, so whatever. I'm also at +1 now too with Terra Starstorm, so that's really going to hurt him here. He has Urshifu, which is a bit scary, but I have Tailwind, so I don't really care. And like I have Bleak Wind Storm here, so that's Bleak Wind Storm, then I just go for Terra Starstorm here. The opponent's in a bad spot. There's the Protect, but like as long as I land this Bleak Wind Storm, I think I should still be good. I gotta land this though. I gotta land this. Gotta land it. I gotta land it. Okay, good. Is he Sash? Is he actually Sash? He is. So he's not Sash Calyrex, which is really weird. Kind of why I really like the fast Terapagos too, because a lot of the other Terapagos sets are usually more bulky. If you don't have Tailwind, if you're not max speed, a lot of the time you aren't able to outspeed Calyrex if they're running max speed. They'll still get outsped by it under Tailwind. So that's kind of another reason why I like this fully offensive Terapagos. I think it's, at least in my way, it's my favorite way to run it at least. There's some people that like to run it with like Calm Mind and a few other ways, but I don't know. I just keep going for Bleak Wind Storm here. I just keep on Bleak Wind Storm. I could Protect here if he really wants to. If he really wants to fake me out that bad, that's fine. He doesn't know I have Covert Cloak on the Tornadus too, so he might just fake that out instead. But like, there's no way from this range that he one-shots me with Draining Kiss, so I just go for Terra Starstorm here anyways. I'm not going to Protect. Might be Assault Vest, it's judging he ate that very well. See how much this does to a +1 Calyrex. It's a solid amount, actually. That's why this team is so good, too. Like the instant I got the Tailwind up, like, I was just able to outspeed my entire opponent's team. And, like, he's just so weak to Terapagos and the Tornadus combo here. Like, I just realized how good that was into my opponent's team and kind of played for that. And, like, even at this point in the game, if stuff would have went kind of bad, I still have, like, the insurance policy, the Scarf Chi in the back, which kind of would have just wrapped up the game versus his entire team anyways there, so. And like I have Will-O-Wisp on the Scarlet too to shut down the Urshifu if that got out of hand. So I think actually my Tailwind dropped here, did it? No, yeah, it actually dropped, so. I Tailwind again. He could Protect here to stall, but like I just go for Starstorm. Really dominant victory here, but like I played really well. I knew what was really good into my opponent's team, and I kind of exploited what was really good into my opponent's team. It's one thing this team does really well. If you know what's really good into your opponent's team, you can kind of play for that really easily. Not bad. Really 4-0 dominant game. Really, really nice. And hopefully these games are showcasing how good this team really is, because like I said, this is probably the best Regulation G team that I ended up making for like the entirety of Regulation G and like the first iteration over about a year ago now. So going into Regulation G again for January here, I'm hoping to build something at least a little bit more interesting. But at least as of now, this is like probably the best team I've made for the format so far. So hopefully it's a pretty good showcase of the team for you guys. I'll see you guys in 1 or 2 more games. Alright, we're here at the game. We're going against a Regulation H team. Almost like a mono fire team, like a really interesting. Torkoal, Charizard, Whimsicott, Indeedee, Male, Armor Rogue, and Baxcalibur. One thing I'm actually scared of here is actually if he has Wide Guard, on Armor Rogue, but considering it's a Regulation H team, usually most of them aren't running Wide Guard as much. So we're gonna see if he actually has Wide Guard on. If he does bring it though, he might actually have Wide Guard. I kind of want to bring my Stone Journer too, just because it's actually really good in my opponent's team. It hits literally like 4 things on his team for super effective damage with Rock Slide. So that's really, really good. It like shuts down like all his spread moves. So I'm going to bring the Stone Journer here for sure. What else do I want to bring? I actually really like Chi-Yu. If he sets up the sun for me too, that's really nice. I really do like Chi-Yu here, but I think I'm just going to bring the TERAPAGOS lead. I'll bring the Chi-Yu in the back. What else do I want to bring here? Scarlet is also really good into my opponent's team. I just don't really have any ghost move that hits really hard. So I think I'm just going to bring the Tornadus here instead. Worst case scenario is if he leads Whimsicott and goes for like Tailwind. That's probably like the worst case scenario here, but I have Wide Guard for like a lot of what his team really wants to do here. Shuts down Heat Wave, Expanding Force, Eruption, like a lot of stuff he wants to do. So he doesn't really get back Excalibur, so that's fine. Part of me doesn't even want to Terra here, like I just kind of want to go for the Meteor Beam on this first turn. And I'm just going to go for the Rock Slide here. I'm just going to Rock Slide Meteor Beam, I'm not going to Terra yet. In case he goes for Sunny Day, I think I want to save the Terra so that way I can get rid of his weather. I'm just going to Meteor Beam here. I still have the Terra Shell, so should be good. I don't see him attacking me on this first turn. I think he just sets up Tailwind here. He got a long time to decide though. I guess if he really wanted to as well, he can set up the Sunny Day here and then switch out into the Charizard or something, but that's also kind of risky. He's going to Terra. I'm assuming like Terra Poison. Stellar Terra, okay. That's kind of scary actually. Tailwind. I mean, everything he does here, I don't think nothing he does here actually one-shots me. He does have Earthquake, so if I would have went for Wide Guard, that would have been crazy play, but... He also hits his Whimsicott here, which is really interesting, especially if he's Sash. That's a 2-hit KO on the Stone Journer, that's impressive. Really impressive that it actually 2-hit KOs me. But, like, you're gonna have to catch a Meteor Beam here. I don't know if you're gonna really want to eat this very well. Just fucking one-shots him. Even with baby TERAPAGOS, it just one-shots him. Didn't even need to Terra. The Rock Slide, how much is gonna do? Solid amount. So even if I didn't KO him there, I think the Rock Slide probably would have finished him off. So I don't know how much the one-shot really matters there, because I think he was dead either way. I'm just glad he wasn't like a Terra Poison or like a defensive Terra there, because I kind of could have threw a wrench into a lot of my stuff. I'm going to Rock Slide here. I want to see if he has Wide Guard. I'm going to Protect. I'm just curious. I want to see if he has Wide Guard. That's the main thing I'm scouting for right here. Sunny Day, okay. War Sphere. Oh, so I don't think he has Wide Guard. I don't think he has a Wide Guard because I think he would have went for it right here. Unless he's just trying to bait me out, which could be a thing too. He has weak armor. That's kind of scary actually. Weak armor is actually kind of scary. I assume his last mon's probably Indeedee. Oh, it's actually Charizard, okay. Charizard's actually kind of scary, especially under Tailwind. It's actually really scary. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to Wide Guard. He might just double Heat Wave. I'm going to go for the Terra here to get rid of his Sun. And just going to go for Terra Starstorm here. I do have my own Tailwind in the back too, so I'm not really too worried about his Tailwind. I can match it on this next turn. I think the main issue is going to be the Armor Rogue. Like, it's defense is also getting lowered every turn, so I don't know how he really one-shots Chiyu either. I guess with Aura Sphere, but he doesn't one-shot me the Aura Sphere, and then he just dies to Bleakwind Storm, so he actually takes out the Stonejourner, so that's perfect. I'd rather him take out the Stonejourner here than actually just go after the Charizard, or go after the Terapagos, which he gets blocked by Heat Wave, Clutch Wide Guard. That's exactly why I have the Stonejourner on this team. I think he just gets one shot. I don't know how he misses this. Charizard actually lives. Surprising, but this Armor Robe drops here, so that's perfect. Like, being that he has no Sun Up either, and he has no Terra, like, I think I do live a Heat Wave here. I'm just gonna Tailwind. I'm gonna Tailwind to match Tailwinds here, and then I'm just gonna go for Starstorm again. He just surrenders. He's like, yeah, there's no way to win. I played that really well, though. Him not being like a defensive Terra there, too, I think also kind of costed him the game. It would have been a lot more of a different match if he was like a Terra Fairy or a Terra Poison there on the Baxcalibur. Being a Terra Stellar, which is really interesting, but didn't really change his type, did not really matter for him at all. And that's kind of what really costed him there. Not bad. I'll see you guys in one more game. Alright, we're here with another game. We're going against another really cool Regulation H team. Dragapult, Greninja, Noivern, Armor Rogue, Ceruledge. He has both of them. Both of those. Really cool. And then Garganical. I think what I want to do here, I know he has Tailwind on this team, so I really need Tailwind here. So I think what I do here is I actually just lead with the Tornadus. Tornadus looks really nice here. Oof, I don't know if I really want to bring the, I kind of want to really bring the Tinkaton here, which is actually pretty solid in my opponent's team, especially with Tailwind. But I just don't know, like, if he's going to bring the Ceruledge or the Armor Rogue. It'd be a bit of an issue, but I think I'm going to bring it anyways. I can kind of prepare for both of those. I'm going to bring the Terapagos in the back. Which might be last mon really be. I think Chiyu is my last mon here, just solo this time. It's good into like half his team, especially with Choice Scarf, so. Greninja, if it's like Terra Water with Water Shuriken, it could be a bit of an issue, but he has to dedicate a lot for that. I don't know if it's really worth. He actually just straight up leads with both of these. This is actually really scary. I didn't expect him to just lead with both of these. So I'm going to go for Tailwind here. I think I just Protect. I kind of want to just Protect here. I want to Fake Out, but on like the Armor Rogue. But if I do it, there's a chance I just get one-shotted by a Bitter Blade, which I don't want to do here, so. Actually really bad. This is a really bad matchup for the Tinkaton here, actually. Really, really bad matchup. I could go Terra Water, but I really want to save the Terra for the Terapagos. I really do. I think I just Protect here. I'm curious of what he's cooking. I think he's like going to go for like Lava Plume stuff. I think that's what this really is. Lava Plume Bitter Blade. I think that's what this shit is. Fire Blast. Oh, I'm glad I protected. Glad I protected. Holy shit. I'm surprised he doesn't have Lava Plume. It's really interesting. No Lava Plume. I think I just go for damage. I think damage is the better way to go here. I go for damage, and like I could Terra here if I really wanted to. I also kind of want to go into Chiyu though. I really do. I don't know. I think this is one of the games though where I kind of just have to sack off the Tinkaton, but I really don't want to. I'm gonna go to Chiyu. It's really risky, but I'm gonna do it. I should be able to eat a Fire Blast pretty easily, and like I don't know what he really does to me. Bleakwind Storm's like a 2-hit KO. If I can get a good roll, it's a 2-hit KO. I also get a speed drop, which is really nice. Fire Blast. I eat that pretty well. So the Tornadus drops here, which kind of sucks, but it's not really the biggest of deals. Because it gives me a free switching into the Terapagos here, and I can just get a free Meteor Beam off. So it's fine by me. This Meteor Beam. I'm gonna go into the Armor Rogue here, and then I'm just gonna Dark Pulse. I think that's what I locked myself into here. If he has Dragapult in the back, that's also good for the Dragapult. Because with Scarf, I should outspeed. Huge KO. I'm surprised he doesn't have like Lava Plume stuff though. Like the first thing I would see like looking at this combo would be like the Lava Plume and like buffing the Scarlet with Flash Fire. That's what I would do at least. Really cool though. I haven't seen a team that has both Scarlet and Armor Rogue on the same team in quite a while, so I'll give them style points. Really cool team. What are your last two mons here, though? Dragapult, perfect. Good for me. That's good for me. I'm glad to see him. And then he has a hacked mod from Wonder Trade. The hacked Greninja from Wonder Trade. Is this thing competitive? Did he make this thing into a competitive Greninja? I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm going to go for Starstorm here. And then I'm just going to Dark Pulse. We're going to see if this thing is actually like a Terra Water Greninja with like Water Shuriken. Because he can stay in the game if that's the case. There still is a chance he could still maybe win. I have Tinkaton in the back, which kind of shuts that down, but he doesn't know my full set either. No Focus Sash, that's nice. Do you have Water Shuriken? Because he would have already went for it, and he doesn't. Unless you're Sash, I don't think you're living this. Goodbye. Get absolutely fucking wrecked. That's that hacked garbage from Wonder Trade. Bad. Another really dominant victory. Really nice. I played that really well, though. My opponent didn't really have much for like, especially for like a Scarf Chiyu, let alone like a Terapagos with Meteor Beam, though. So it's kind of more of an easy win on my part. There was ways he could win though there, but it just depended on what he was running. Like there was stuff he could have did to maybe still stay in the game and kind of have a really good chance of winning. Like I said, like the Terra Water Shuriken Greninja there was a really good into my team, but I don't think he had that, so there was stuff he could have did there that could have allowed him to maybe still win versus me. It wasn't a decisive victory, like even loading in. Like there was a lot of stuff he could have did, but this comes down to what he was actually running. So let's talk a little bit more about this team. There you have it, guys. Hopefully that was a really good showcase and kind of an updated showcase of what this team really does. I did a few games too to kind of just get acquainted with this team because I haven't really used it that much. I used it off on and like on the casual ladder, like sometimes in my free time I'll go on like once in a while and maybe play like 1 or 2 games with this team. Same with like a lot of my other rentals that I still have. In like my free time I'd go on and maybe play a few games with them, but I haven't really used this team very much since like the last Regulation G. And going on and playing a few testing games, kind of get acquainted with this team again. I did not lose a single game. I think all the games you guys seen too, I did not lose a single match. I think it did run about like close to 15 games with this team. I don't know how many of you guys are going to see. I'm probably throw like 4 or 5 into the video because I don't want to make it an incredibly long video. But at least out of all the games I did, the ones I recorded and never recorded was close to like 15 games. And I never lost a single game on the casual ladder tonight. So it goes to show you how good this team actually is. And a lot of those games are also versus other opposing Regulation G teams. I was going against some really cool Regulation G teams, so I went against a really cool Lugia team. There's somebody trying to use Reshiram. That was a really cool team I went against. There was a few other ones too. Lunala I went against, which was really cool. There's some other really cool Regulation H teams too that I went against that were pretty good matches. So, you guys want to use this team? Like I said, rental. code up in the corner. Paste for this team should be down below if you guys wanted to use this team on Showdown. I think the Regulation G ladder for Showdown, at least from recording this, should be dropping on December 1st or 2nd. So if you guys don't want to use this team on Showdown when their ladder drops on there to get a pretty high, easy climb through the tiers, I think, through the ranks, I think this would be a really good team to use. Paste for that should be down below. Apart from that, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like I said, if you guys want, anybody else wants to use this team, whether you guys also have your own channel, there's a few other like YouTubers and like Pokemon channels that also do watch my channel as well. If you guys want to feature this team on your channel, feel free to do the same with anybody else. Let me know how you guys do with the team. If you guys do feature those, throw my channel link down in the description or give me a shout out in the video. That's all I really ask. I love it when people use my teams, so don't be afraid to. Apart from that, let me know how you guys do with the team. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you guys have any improvements or feedback with the team, let me know as well. Haven't really changed it at all since the last time. I think it's still overall the best it's going to really get. So that's kind of why the rental code is the same as the last time, because I never did take down the rental or did anything with the team. So I just wanted to bring it back because I do think it's a really good team going into Regulation G. And if you want to get it really high on the ladder or even on the Showdown ladder, it's a really good team for both of those. So if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. I'm going to get out of here. Got a bunch more Regulation G and Regulation F stuff on the way for this last month. One more month of Regulation F, which I'll still be featuring some Regulation, or not F, H. I think I said F. Regulation H teams. One more month of Regulation H, where I'll be featuring Regulation H teams. And I'll also be throwing some Regulation G teams in there here and there. So we'll see how those videos do, which one does better. If Regulation H stuff does better, I'll keep on doing more of those. If Regulation 8 or Regulation G videos do a little bit better, then I might do more Regulation G stuff going forward. We'll see how it does. But kind of the game plan going forward. I also want to start building some more Regulation G teams going into that. So should have some more of my teams on the way, at least for Regulation G. So I'm going to get out of here. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for watching.